A woman arrives home from a late shift. She is tired and is frantic as she gets settled in, but a man awaits her return. Shocked, the woman screams for her husband. The man kills her in cold blood as one of Darkseid's followers enters the room. Lashina states that the deceased woman was not the one they were looking for. The two acolytes of Darkseid now continues their search for a woman named Marina Black. When he was 7, his father was told that the only way to end the war between New Genesis and Apocalypse was if he exchanged sons with Darkseid. He begged not to be chosen, but he was. While his father welcomed Darkseid's savage son to the family dinner table and taught him how to use the fork, the Prince of New Genesis was taken to Apocalypse and thrown into the slave pits and forgotten. Years of torment and tears later, and the son of New Genesis would grow up to be a man adept at picking locks. When all went dark, he would roam free and explore this mad world and return before the slave masters could figure out that he was ever gone. When he got old enough, he opened his cell every night after, until one day, he didn't go back. He faced and fought the worst of this world. He allied himself with revolutionaries. He found hope. He saved lives. He even fell in love. When he fled to Earth, he was given the name Scot-Free. You may know him better as Mr. Miracle. Years ago, Darkseid was knocked off the top of the food chain by the Justice League. Rumor has it that Darkseid is amassing a new army for some sinister purpose. The Mad God is up to something big, and Scott needs to find out exactly what. But he won't be able to stop him alone. He is going to need the help of the people who went to war with Darkseid and won. He needs the help of the Justice League. Mr. Miracle finds himself in a chamber with vital information on the Justice League and a woman named Marina Black. He commands his mother box to copy all of the information, but his investigation gets interrupted by Darkseid himself. Scott preemptively attacks, but his discs are rendered ineffective as it bounces off Darkseid's chest. The Mad God cripples Scott with his Omega Beam and the battle is over before it began. He begins to crush the son of New Genesis under his boots, but Scott had enough reach in him to command his mother box to teleport him out of danger. Meanwhile, back on Earth, after the Amazovirus attack on Metropolis, Neutron is quarantined and is looked after by LexCorp. The cancer has overtaken his body and the doctors give him only 1 day left before he dies. Luthor scoffs at Neutron's dire situation, but Superman offers a challenge to Lex, stating that he can't cure cancer and save Neutron. His ego gets the best of him and he takes on the task while Captain Cold gets the best seat in the house as he watches his boss cure cancer. Across town, Cyborg's tech has detected boom tube activity and the Justice League investigates the crime scene in a house where 2 people are dead. The Green Lanterns are busy isolating single hair follicle or skin cell with their power rings while Flash and Batman process information from the bodies. With the help of his comrades, Cyborg has figured out that the killer is not human. He is something else. Hours later, Cyborg has found a pattern to this killing spree. A woman named Marina Black was found dead 30 minutes ago, and another Marina Black was reported deceased 10 minutes ago. Whoever the killer is seems to be targeting a woman by this name, and they are using alien tech. Even the power of the Green Lantern ring could not get a trace or any form of evidence. While the group radios into Argus to start hunting down the 44 other Marina Blacks in the United States, Barry Allen screams in agony as a pair of hands reaches through his mouth and, in a flash of light, a gray-skinned woman appears and declares that she has plans to bring on torment and torture to the Justice League. Batman, the only human in the room, gets to his knees, but the woman takes out the Dark Knight with ease. She now looks to Cyborg and notices that he has a mother box within him. She demands that he give it up immediately. The woman begins to rip out Cyborg's appendages, revealing that Victor Stone is somehow regrowing his body. Wonder Woman attacks from behind while alerting Superman that they are under siege, but radio contact breaks along with Diana's gauntlets. Lena Luthor reports the lost signal to Superman and her brother Lex Luthor, but the too oversized ego in the room overpowers her voice. Superman berates Luthor as being a common criminal, but Lex has had enough of the Man of Steel's condescending attitude and blasts the hero with his gauntlet. But then 3 shots fired and Luthor is taken down. Superman turns to see that the sister has just attempted to kill the brother. She states, "Don't look surprised, Superman. Everyone hated him." She raises a mother box and orders it to send Superman and Lex to their death. The mother box accepts this order and a portal opens behind the two, ripping them out of this world. The battle rages on in the streets as the two Green Lanterns enters the fray. Hal Jordan attacks with his mighty will, but the woman took his most prized attribute and broke it. She slams Jessica Cruz onto a vehicle. We discover that Jessica was the real target. The woman declares that she needs Jessica because she holds a tether to another universe, or rather, her ring does. A burst of green light explodes from the ring, forming a tear in reality itself. This immense power is felt by everyone, even Ultraman and Superwoman. When the dust settles, the Destroyer emerges from the rubble. The Anti-Monitor has arrived at last. Elsewhere in the city, Mr. Miracle reappears in an empty parking lot. His mother box informs him that the deceased woman is named Marina Black, but she is an innocent. She is not the one. Suddenly, out of the darkness, Lashina attacks with her razor ribbons. Scott manages to dodge the attack, but Kanto, Darkseid's favorite assassin, enters the scene. These three has shared a lot of history, and Kanto is eager to end Mr. Miracle's life. Darkseid's forces converge upon Scott Free. His odds are stacked against him, and he cannot win. His mother box opens, and Mr. Miracle has escaped another death sentence. He reappears in front of a gigantic griffin and a woman who tells Griff to not harm the man. He is not an enemy. Scott asks, "Who are you?" The woman approaches and declares that her name is Marina Black, and she has spent decades planning a war to kill Darkseid. Won't you join her? What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey, and there's just so many things I want to discuss, so let's jump right into the good stuff. One of my absolute favorite movie when I was young was the first Terminator movie. It's the same type of killing spree when the Terminator started killing everyone named Sarah Connor. This issue gave us a bit of that, and I loved it. But why kill Marina Black? What's her importance? We'll get into that a bit later, but let me go over a few things I love about this issue. Take a look at this page. Wonder Woman is basically monologuing about her journey into the Justice League, and we see a bunch of images of the members as children with their parent or guardian watching over them. We grew up with these iconic heroes, and these images reached so deep into my heart, and I adored it. So Hal Jordan is back with the League, but is he back on Earth only to help Jessica Cruz? Or is he back permanently? Who knows and who cares? I always thought that the Justice League needed a Green Lantern, and now he's back! We also got to see Grail using Jessica's power ring to open a portal to send her master, the Anti-Monitor, into this reality. So who is Grail, you may ask? Well, during Free Comic Book Day, we discovered that Grail was born Amazonian and her mother would do anything in her power to protect her, even kill 2 Amazonians and running away from Paradise Island. Now, Grail claims that Darkseid is her father, and by the pigment in her skin, we are led to believe that this is true. So at the end, we get introduced to the true Marina Black and her pet griffin. Damn, that just screams epicness. So who is this, you may ask? Well, remember when I said Grail was born Amazonian? Marina is her mother, which means she is also Amazonian. She was portrayed to be villainous, but in this case, she seems more like a hero. We gotta wait till next issue to see what kind of person she is, but right now, let's get a head count of the new characters. Darkseid has Lashina and Kanto, and the Anti-Monitor has Grail and her mother Marina. We also get introduced to Mr. Miracle as well, so he will obviously be on the side of the good guys. This war has 2 titans battling it out, and the Justice League is caught in the middle. I can't ask for anything more, but that's just my opinion. What do you think about Justice League issue 41? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time as Comic Island covers the Darkseid War. Oh, by the way, turns out Lena and Luthor was the mastermind behind the assassination on Luthor. Meh.